Hello everyone and welcome to my Machina control, or you can say Machina turbo, whatever, deck profile. I made it some very important changes to the deck that I think that the deck needed to be elevated. They worked amazing. I went yesterday to locals and went undefeated. It wasn't a big locals or anything, but still I think that a lot of the wins that I got were from the text that I added inside. So I'm very excited to show you these text and let's get into it. They're not anything new or something like that, but people are not running them. Let's start with the basic things. 3 fortress, 3 gear frame, 2 force. People play 3 of this card. I don't understand why. This card breaks a lot. The deck already has a problem with breaking, and I wouldn't add another copy of a card that it's only good if you can already play. You need to, obviously, because it comes up that you are gonna add another one back, but 3 is a stretch. I can't stretch enough how powerful this engine is. Gear frame, it's a normal summon that goes +1 and it's got amazing stats. A lot of decks have a really big problem getting past Fortress. I think they look like they are ahead of their time, and they probably were, honestly. And moving into the other, let's call it package for the deck. 3 Raiko, 3 Hamster. Excuse me for the weird rarities there. I don't have a lot of copies of this card, so just pick whatever I had. You got to max out on these. They are honestly amazing cards. There was a time where these cards were really popular. People were side taking cards like Nobleman Crossout, and that wasn't so great. But now they're not that meta anymore. So running 3 full copies of this card is pretty safe. No one's gonna run, or at least almost no one's gonna run Nobleman. So yeah, they fill up your graveyard. They're everything really. Next, 1 Plague, 1 Card Trooper, 1 Lina, 1 Caius, and I play only 1 Caius and not 2 because I play another normal summon in the form of Cyber Valley. This is a machine, which is really important for this deck. It's also a really great turn 1, and it's a part of a package that I'm gonna show you later that was amazing. Now for the only reason to play this deck other than the really strong Machina plays is the 3 pot of Avarice. This card is nuts. You kinda break a lot of the times with this, but if you can see your hamster in your icon, you're gonna have this life. The other reason to play this deck, and no one's really playing right now, I don't understand why this 3 copies of Book of Moon. This card is bananas. This card is so good for real. You play so much flip monsters, and the card that you really want to protect also is Fortress. So because a lot of decks have a really big problem getting rid of it, so you can save your Fortress from not usually mirrors. Mirror you want to resolve it actually because it activates your Avarice, but from banishment like bottomless or prisons or whatever, or even brain control happened to me in the finals. That he tried to steal my Machina Fortress and I Book of Moon and got me the game on the spot. I can assure you. And I play 1 charge, 1 brain. This is the card of the format, really. 1 MST and 1 Heavy Storm. Only the needed cards. And for the traps, I'm running 2 prisons, 2 bottomless, 2 compulsories, a mirror, a torrential, Starlight Road, Judgment, and Return. So I'm gonna talk about Return a little bit later. This card is there because you have a lot of background. Sometimes you want to equip to your Machina Force the gear frame, so this makes this card life if they try to Heavy Storm. In general, if you had a lot of background, just set it and be fine. Judgment is very strong, especially in more control decks like this one that are a bit slower. I don't want to run a lot of prisons. I don't think this card is that amazing. You get to run 3 full copies of this card, but still very important to run. And compulsories are just amazing in this deck. Now this is a package with these two guys. So this deck mills a lot, and there's a chance that you're gonna mill this, even though I was drawing it on my first turn, like in a lot of games, which can be breaking in theory, but your opponent starts to banish your cards with bottomless prisons right out the gate, so this gets live very easily, especially when they see Machinas. But this card, you're gonna see it a lot because you're gonna, even if you mill, you're gonna put it back in the deck and draw it later with pot. And if you got this in the graveyard, you can banish it alongside with a monster or whatever in your hand, put it back in the deck, and it's now activated. If you banish this with one of your small guys, and you got like anything else, you also play black, so it's very activatable. You can even just activate this to draw 2 cards, which can happen. This card was amazing. It saved me in a lot of games. I just kept it whenever I need it, even though I could activate it earlier, and it give me the push that I need to either to clear the board on OTK. It was phenomenal. So I would say the stars were really this package and the Book of Moons. They put up so much work yesterday. Book of Moon is such an underrated card in Edison format, and in this deck it's phenomenal. You should, if you're playing this deck, I think you should run full 3 copies of this card. And this package was very good. I said it out only against the Blackwing, because yeah, this card loses a lot of the Blackwing. But you already have a really good matchup with the deck, so it doesn't really matter. Moving into the extra deck, doesn't really matter honestly. You don't play that many tuners. One of these, you can run 2, sure, but you can put it back. One armory arm. This is a bit more important because you can probably link climb. If you got the Raikop of their monster, normal summon the plague and then revive it from the graveyard to go for a 6. One Catastor and one Jack Warrior for the 5s. These come up after the side deck usually. One Brio, one Goyo, whatever. I just put it in here because why not. Black Rose, Ace Fairy, 2 Stardust. This matters because you go a lot for Stardust, and you got to have another copy for the Starlight Road. One Thought Ruler, one Colossal, one Mistworm, and one X-Saber Gotems, which can come up with if you get this guy out, the Fortress, I'm sorry. It came up that I was considering summoning him. I didn't ended up doing it, but I could make it. It was an option in quite a few spots because he's a really big body. Moving into the side deck, 2 Cyber Dragon, 2 Pachykephalos, 2 Crows, 1 Kaiku. This seems a bit weird, but I think that Kaiku is a bit better in certain matchups, better than Crow. Against frogs, this is stronger because you can lock them with this card. They can't activate their fusion. They can't. You can always banish from the graveyard. It's a bit stronger than Crow, so just decide depending on the matchup what I side in. 1 Junk Synchron. This is when I play the Mirror Match or any other machine heavy deck because I can normal this and go for Catastor. It's kinda important actually. And 1 spell, 1 Lightning Vortex for frogs and decks like that. 2 Tornado, 2 Karma Cat. You are kinda scared of certain boards that can make Christia or against if you know your opponent has Judgment Dragon, so this is an important card to side in against those matchups. One Needle Sailing again is kinda similar to this. And one does shoot in the side deck. This seems weird, but the deck can break a lot, and in a lot of matchups, this card is useless if you don't draw it in the first turn, literally. So, in this deck specifically, I wanted to side it only against decks that really lose to this card, because there are a lot of decks that even if they go first, they keep a really big number of cards in their hands, like a frog. So this is good there, but in a lot of other decks, this card is just dead a lot of the time, and I already play a lot of bricks because Machina has this. Your force breaks you. Your force sometimes breaks you. Your pots definitely breaks you. So this is just another brick, and side it only when I need it. So that was the deck profile. I hope you found it useful, and see you next time.